Golden visas and digital nomad visas both get you legal residence in a foreign country. Both open the door to Schengen travel. Both can lead to permanent residency and eventual citizenship. But they solve completely different problems. One demands a lump sum of investment capital. The other demands proof of recurring income. Choose wrong and you lock yourself into residency conditions you never intended to meet, or shut yourself out of a citizenship pathway you assumed existed. Three questions separate the golden visa applicant from the digital nomad visa applicant. We're going to walk through each one so you can figure out which route actually fits your situation. Let's start with the most obvious divide. What does each visa actually cost? Golden visas require capital. You invest a lump sum in a government-approved vehicle, real estate funds, government bonds, bank deposits, and you receive a residence permit in return. The money stays invested for a fixed period, typically 5 years. You do not need a job, a client, or any source of active income. The price of entry varies widely. 8 European countries still operate golden visa programs in 2026, and the range runs from Latvia's €50,000 business investment option all the way to Greece's €800,000 real estate threshold in Athens, Thessaloniki, Mykonos, Santorini, and other high-demand areas. Hungary's guest investor residence permit requires €250,000 in accredited real estate fund. Portugal's golden visa starts at €250,000 for cultural or research contributions and €500,000 for qualifying investment funds. Bulgaria offers immediate permanent residency for a €512,000 fund investment. Outside Europe, the numbers climb higher. Hong Kong's capital investment entrant program demands 30 million Hong Kong dollars, roughly $3.84 million. Saudi Arabia's premium residency investor track requires 7 million Saudi Riyal, approximately $1.9 million in business activities plus job creation. The Trump administration's gold card starts at $1 million for individuals. Digital nomad visas ask for none of this. Instead of capital, they require proof of ongoing income from a foreign employer or foreign clients. The financial bar is lower in absolute terms, but recurring. You must demonstrate a monthly minimum for as long as you hold the visa. In Europe, income thresholds range from roughly €2,540 per month in Croatia to approximately €4,500 in Estonia and over €6,800 in Iceland. Spain's digital nomad visa requires approximately €2,849 per month for a single applicant as of 2026. Portugal's D8 visa requires roughly €3,680 monthly. Greece sets its bar at €3,500. The financial logic here is clean. If you have €250,000 or more in investable capital, but no steady remote income, a golden visa is your only option. If you earn €3,000 per month remotely but cannot tie up hundreds of thousands in an investment fund, a digital nomad visa is your path. The confusion arises when you have both capital and income, and that's where the next two questions come in. You can compare all of these programs side by side, by the way, on IMI's Program Finder, where you can sort, filter, and compare more than 275 residency and citizenship programs in 140 countries. This is where most people get tripped up. Golden visas were built for people who do not want to live in their host country. That is their defining feature, and it is the one most often overlooked. Under IMI's working definition, a golden visa residence permit obtained through a passive financial investment where the holder does not need to live in the country or become a tax resident to maintain their status. Portugal's golden visa requires an average of 7 days per year in the country. Hungary's guest investor residence permit imposes 0 physical presence requirements. Greece requires you to visit only to collect and renew your card. This hands-off structure is why golden visas attracted a specific applicant profile for over a decade. Investors who wanted Schengen access, a Plan B residence or an eventual citizenship pathway, but who had no intention of relocating. They kept their primary residence, their business operations, and their daily life elsewhere. Digital nomad visas demand the opposite. They require you to move. Spain reinstated a minimal physical presence requirement of 183 days per year in 2025 for its non-lucrative visa, and its digital nomad visa functionally requires the same through tax residency obligations. Portugal, Greece and Italy all mandate physical presence to maintain and renew digital nomad permits. You cannot hold a digital nomad visa from the couch of your apartment in Dubai. A backup plan that mandates full residency becomes a primary residence by definition. If you want European access without European tax residency, a golden visa is the only tool that delivers this. If you intend to actually live in Spain, Portugal or Greece for the foreseeable future, a digital nomad visa is the cheaper and more direct route. Spain's golden visa closure in April 2025 illustrated this split perfectly. The golden visa attracted investors who parked capital in real estate and spent little time in the country. When Spain killed the program, the three alternatives that survived, including the digital nomad visa, all require you to actually live there. Spain did not close the door to foreign residents. It closed the door to absentee residents. If real estate is your preferred route for a golden visa, you can find eligible properties on IMI Real Estate, where only listings that qualify for residency or citizenship are collected. If your goal is a second passport, the path to citizenship becomes the deciding factor, and this is where the comparison turns counterintuitive. Golden visas, despite their high price tags, do not automatically offer faster citizenship timelines. Portugal is the standout exception. 5 years of holding a golden visa, combined with minimum physical presence and a Portuguese language test, can lead to citizenship. But Portugal's processing times have ballooned to a record 39.6 months, and over 20,000 applicants still await appointments with AIMA, the migration agency. On top of that, Portugal's parliament approved a bill that would double the naturalization period. It has not yet come into effect, but it is highly likely to pass into law. Hungary's golden visa requires 8 years of continuous full-time residence for citizenship, plus a Hungarian language and cultural knowledge exam. Greece requires 7 years of permanent residence. Italy requires 10 years. These are long timelines, and they all require you to physically live in the country for a sustained period, which underlines the golden visa's core appeal of minimum presence. Digital nomad visas, when chosen carefully, can match or beat these timelines. Portugal's D8 visa slots into the same 5-year residence to citizenship framework as the golden visa. Spain's digital nomad visa leads to permanent residency after 5 years and citizenship after 10. Or just 2 years for nationals of Ibero-American countries. Germany's freelance residence permit leads to permanent residency after 5 years and citizenship after 5 years under the 2024 nationality law reform. Greece's digital nomad visa connects to permanent residency after 5 years and citizenship after about 7 years with language and integration requirements. Here's the critical difference. Digital nomad visa holders accumulate the physical presence that citizenship applications demand as a byproduct of simply living their lives. Golden visa holders who spend 7 days per year in Portugal must fundamentally change their living arrangements if they want to naturalize. One path builds residency organically, the other requires a deliberate pivot. But most digital nomad visas do not lead anywhere. Croatia's digital nomad visa, Dubai's virtual working program, and Barbados's welcome stamp all expire without any codified route to permanent settlement. If citizenship is the goal, you must specifically select a program that feeds into the host country's permanent residency and naturalization framework. Tax treatment is not one of the 3 core decision points, but it complicates each of them. Golden visa holders who stay below physical presence thresholds generally avoid triggering tax residency in their host country. A Portugal golden visa holder who spends 7 days per year in the country does not owe Portuguese income tax. This leaves your existing tax arrangements undisturbed, which, depending on your home country's tax rules, can be worth more than the investment itself. Digital nomad visa holders face a more complex picture. Spain's Beckham law, available to qualifying digital nomad visa holders, caps income tax at a flat 24% on Spanish-sourced income up to €600,000 for up to 6 years. Greece offers a 50% income tax reduction for nomads who commit to at least 2 years of tax residency. Italy applies its standard progressive rates unless you qualify for a separate incentive. These special tax treatments can be favourable, but they can also create obligations. Becoming a tax resident in a new country means filing returns there, potentially losing favourable treatment in your home country and navigating double taxation treaties. For US citizens who face worldwide taxation regardless of residence, the foreign earned income exclusion of $132,900 for the 2026 tax year provides some relief, but does not eliminate the complexity. If your primary concern is maintaining your current tax structure while adding a European residence card to your portfolio, a golden visa achieves this with minimal disruption. If you are actively relocating and can benefit from a host country's special tax regime, a digital nomad visa may produce a better net outcome. None of these decisions should be made without professional advice tailored to your circumstances. You can find, sort, and contact experts in any jurisdiction at imidaily.com. Now that you understand the difference between these two visas, the next question is how to actually turn residency into a passport. We made a video covering exactly that, how to go from residency to citizenship, step by step. Check it out on your screen now. Subscribe if you haven't done so yet.